Uther the Lightbringer is a paladin from the WarCraft universe. He fills the support role in Heroes of the Storm, bringing with him a large health pool, solid disruption, and good burst healing potential. At 890 base hit points, Uther is the beefiest support in the game, earning an additional 190 hit points per level with 4,500 total at level 20. He is almost always found at the front of the formation, as his vitality blends well with his melee attacks and ability to stun the enemy team. The paladin hits for an initial 38 damage once per second, plus 7 more per level for a total of 171 damage at level 20. In the hands of a skilled player, any enemy heroes wandering out of position or away from their teammates become quick kills and free experience for your team. Uther's Q, Holy Light, offers a substantial single target heal of 135 hit points plus 40 per level, totaling 935 at level 20. This ability can be used at range to keep one's teammates alive and is one of the strongest healing spells in the game. Uther's W, Holy Radiance, fires a wave of healing in a single direction, healing each unit hit for 80 hit points plus 20 per level, totaling 460 at level 20. This spell can also be used on enemy units to damage them for 50 hit points plus 15 per level and 335 total at level 20, dismounting enemy heroes and interrupting hearthstones or objective channels. Holy Radiance is perfect for bolstering or clearing creep waves, annihilating fleeing foes, and healing multiple allies in tandem. Oh, and don't forget, it's great at revealing those pesky cloaked units like this unsuspecting Nova.
We are blessed by the light.
Hammer of Justice, Uther's last basic ability, is a 1-second stun that deals an additional 40 damage plus 10 more per level and 250 total at level 20. It operates on a quick 10-second cooldown with a mana cost of 50 and is a quintessential piece of Uther's kit, allowing him to interrupt enemy abilities, peel for his teammates, and prevent enemy escapes. Yes, the Abathur hunt, being a favorite pastime of yours truly. Wait for it. Wait for it. The hammer is best combined with other forms of CC or crowd control, whether they are stuns, dazes, or roots, like Diablo's Shadow Charge Overpower combination, Kerrigan's Primal Grasp into Impaling Blades combo, and ETC's Power Slide face melt. Good players will quickly learn to avoid stacking CC on top of one another, cycling one after the other to maximize the duration of the effect. For heroics, Uther has two great choices. The first, Divine Shield, gives an allied hero invulnerability and a 20% move speed boost for 3 seconds. The playmaking potential here is vast, as the spell can keep a critically wounded ally alive and allow them to flee from a dangerous situation or continue dishing out the pain, wiping the enemy team from the field of battle. Additionally, when used in combination with certain other abilities and heroics, such as Kerrigan's Maelstrom, Vala's Strafe, Nazeebo's Ravenous Spirit, Illidan's Metamorphosis, or Zeratil's Shadow Assault, the enemy team can quickly fall to pieces. This heroic ability costs 100 mana with a cooldown of 70 seconds. Be sure to use it wisely, as its proper application can mean the difference between victory and defeat.
You're not even trying.
It can even be used in a pinch to cleanse an ally from enemy CC, thereby saving their life and allowing them to escape. Divine Storm is Uther's second heroic and costs 100 mana as well, while having a slightly longer cooldown of 80 seconds. This spell gives Uther with a second stun lasting 1.5 seconds and hitting opponents in a radius around his character model. It also deals 50 damage plus 18 per level, totaling 410 at level 20, and is perfect for interrupting teamfights. This spell is best when chained with other forms of CC, including the Hammer of Justice, to demobilize an opponent for multiple seconds, and can also allow you to disengage temporarily in order to return to battle on a more welcoming footing.
This is your hand. We are blessed.
Uther's passive, Eternal Devotion, is an incredible ability that often goes underestimated. Upon dying, Uther's ghost remains on the battlefield for a brief 10-second period, allowing him to heal nearby allies with a new ability, Flash of Light, every 1.5 seconds. This spell heals a single ally for 81 hit points plus 22.5 per level, totaling 531 at level 20. Oftentimes, it is ideal for Uther to die early on in the fight, so that others may live and continue to deal damage while being healed to full health. For talents, Uther has several interesting paths. The build in this video will focus on adding durability and utility, along with a dose of extra healing. At level 1, Conjurer's Pursuit is the favorite choice of most players. It grants an often mana-starved Uther with an additional 0.1 mana regen per second for every regeneration globe gathered, meaning more spells in a fight. In the absence of a desire to go globe hunting throughout a match, Block is an exceptional choice. This talent periodically diminishes incoming basic attacks from other heroes by 50%, storing up to 2 charges. It allows Uther to sustain even more punishment, complementing his large health pool and melee style, along with his willingness to absorb damage for his teammates. Should the enemy team lack heroes benefiting from large auto-attack values, or should your team require a bit more disruption, Fist of Justice is another great choice. This talent reduces the cooldown of Hammer of Justice by 1 second per auto attack. Put simply, more stuns. And who doesn't appreciate a good stun? Well, this Johanna for one. Level 4 has generally seen players take Protective Shield, providing an additional activated ability to Uther which allows him to shield an ally for a 5-second period. Recent changes have shifted this skill from a fixed hit point bonus to a variable 15% of the target's maximum health pool, leading to diminished returns on all but the beefiest of heroes. This change may see a shift in play towards one of the other talents available at this tier, but it is too early to say for sure, and the Protective Shield remains a strong choice, offering an instant health buff to both Uther and his friends. Level 7 offers multiple choices depending on the team compositions and your desired playstyle. Cleanse, the overwhelming favorite, removes all stuns, roots, silences, and slows from a target ally and prevents their reapplication for 1 second. This activatable operates on a 30-second cooldown, and its successful application can allow a teammate or oneself to escape from harm's way, continuing on their course of current action unhindered. It can even be used to remove the slow incurred from fort and keep damage. In many situations, and especially against CC-reliant compositions, this talent can mean the difference between a quick death resulting in ceding map control to the enemy team and winning a team fight outright. In this clip, a single cleanse allowed our Brightwing to escape the enemy initiation, giving our team time to reach level 16 and causing the enemy thrall to overcommit, turning a potentially disastrous 3v4 into a 4-for-1 trade.
Choose your next words carefully. I swear the next
We are
person
blessed
who
by
named
the
me
light.
Barbie on Battle.net gets an axe to the
The light
forehead.
shines on us all. I'm too old for this nonsense.
If the enemy team lacks solid CC, or your team needs a bit more damage, Holy Fire at level 7 will emit 8 damage per second, plus 1.6 more per level and a total of 40 at level 20, in an aura around Uther, similar to Burning Rage. This talent is a fun choice when a little more damage is required to do the job, or in the face of an aggressive creep spread, and complements Uther's tanky melee style as well. Oftentimes, you can kill an opponent simply by chasing and keeping them within radius. But if not, well, there's always Holy Radiance.
I could use a little help here. Just
At level 13, the player favorite is Shrink Ray, which reduces a single enemy's damage and movement speed by 50% for 4 seconds, running on a cooldown of 60 seconds. This talent excels at taking a single high-priority target out of the fight, such as Tastar's Archon or Tychus' Odin, allowing your team time to react and re-engage as appropriate. Without their primary damage source, the enemy team is left vulnerable to your counterattacks.
the light blesses your hand, healer.
The ability even works on enemy Dragon Knights and Garden Terrors, and can also be used to slow an enemy, preventing their escape. If there isn't an obvious choice for the Shrink Ray ability, Spell Shield can add even more durability to Uther's stocky frame. Upon taking ability or spell damage, this talent reduces that damage and any further such damage by 50% for 3 seconds. It can be triggered once every 30 seconds and is perfect against mages like Kael'thas or Jaina, and burst-reliant assassins like Zeratul or Nova. It is also useful in surviving enemy ganks while allowing your team time to react and turn the tables. Level 16 offers a couple of alternatives. Another player favorite is Benediction, an activated ability. This talent reduces the mana cost of the next basic ability used by 50% and its cooldown by 10 seconds, useful for a second stun or an additional heal depending on the situation. The reduction in mana cost can also mean an extra ability that might not otherwise be available. Against auto-attackers, Imposing Presence is a delightful pick. Any enemies that attack you will have their attack speed slowed by 50%, resulting in a lower damage output and some consternation on their parts. Combined with Block, Spell Shield, and Uther's other protective abilities, it can turn our champion into a brick wall, surviving all but the most disastrous of situations. Our final choice at level 20 is almost always Redemption. After Uther's spirit fades, he is resurrected to the battlefield in that location with 50% of his previous maximum health and mana. This effect runs on a 180-second cooldown and is passively triggered. Combined with Uther's passive and Flash of Light, this talent allows Uther to weather the storm for his team. The goal is to burn through your basic abilities early in the battle while absorbing as much of the enemy DPS as possible without overextending. Uther's default skin comes in a variety of tints, while his master skin features an upgraded armor reminiscent of one of the Ultramarines' finest honor guards. He also sports a StarCraft II inspired medic suit with a unique voiceover and special themed abilities, in addition to a lumberjack clad in flannel and suspenders.
Very wise. Light curse you. We are blessed by the light.
Now some general tips for new Uther players. First, absorb damage. Don't be afraid to take the brunt of the enemy storm, so long as you are still able to perform your duties as a support player. It is essential that you use Uther's substantial health pool to absorb some of the enemy team's DPS rather than survive the fight alone at full health. It is often better to allow the enemy team to focus your hero for a time, while your backline moves into position and unloads unhindered. Simply retreat from danger before taking lethal damage, and doing so will often result in the enemy team splitting their fire between Uther and the squishier backline targets, resulting in an optimal outcome. In this case, a full team wipe.
My curse subsides.
Similarly, one must learn their limits and know when to retreat from the front. Here, Uther is lucky to walk away with his life, and is fortunate that his enemies missed multiple skill shots. As a melee hero, body blocking is an undisclosed part of the job. Try to position yourself behind enemies when possible to prevent an enemy escape.
We are blessed.
Hammer of Justice can often give you enough time to do so and prevent your opponent escaping intact. Last, but certainly not least, Uther makes for great bait. His durability combined with Cleanse and his healing powers mean that Uther can absorb substantial amounts of damage, often without falling. You may be able to lure unwary opponents into over-pursuing you, exposing themselves to a counterattack. This phenomenon led to the popular phrase, Uther walks away. Of course, oftentimes, he will return with a vengeance. In this last clip, I am able to position myself in an intentionally dangerous position, inviting the wrath of the entire enemy team. Still, with all abilities off of cooldown and full health, I know that I will safely be able to escape, forcing out 2 heroics in the process and causing the enemy team to overcommit. In time, my teammates converge and we are able to earn an ace, further extending our lead. As always, thank you for watching. The build described in this video is available in the description below, and be sure to subscribe for more videos coming soon. I'm wInevitable, and I'll see you on the Nexus.